Welcome to Back to the Science. In this video, we are looking at light and its therapeutic potential. Yes, light is fascinating, and we are just starting to understand how our bodies need and interact with light. Yes, let's delve into the science and explore how we can benefit from approaching light the correct way. I became excited about light as I started to learn about what scientists are discovering and how light affects multiple facets of our lives. It is mind-blowing to learn how our sleep, our mood, our bone density, skin health, and even our cognitive performance are impacted by light. These valuable discoveries should not be kept in laboratories and scientific journals. It should be made available to the public, as I am today. Today's video is the first in a three-part series that focus specifically on light and its therapeutic potential. Our best source of this therapeutic light is, you guessed it, sunlight. It is recommended that we spend 30 minutes at least per day in the sun, with the ideal time between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the mornings, or 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoons. However, it was found that nearly 1 in 5 Americans spend less than 15 minutes a day outdoors. This is not even in the direct sunlight. And more than a third are getting 30 minutes or less. And this can be a contributing factor to many health issues. Let's break it down and understand how it works. Right. So sunlight is made up of many light waves with different wavelengths. This includes the visible spectrum as well as the invisible spectrum. We have known for many years that the exposure to sunlight stimulates vitamin D synthesis, but in fact, it is the UVB wavelengths, specifically the 290 to 315 nanometers, that are responsible for this phenomenon. Similarly, other wavelengths provide specific physiological changes in our cells, which is collectively called photobiomodulation. So photobiomodulation refers to the modulation of the biology with photons or light. You can thus make positive changes to the various type of cells in your body just by shining light on them. However, the overexposure to certain wavelengths can cause damage. For example, both UVB, that's 290 to 350 nanometers, and UVA, that's 315 to 400 nanometers, contribute to sunburn, skin aging, eye damage, melanoma, and other skin cancers. But we can now, with technological advancements, selectively use beneficial light frequencies for specific benefits and discard the rest. We realize more and more how our bodies need light exposure for various aspects of good health. And now we can implement light in a controlled manner. To name a few, blue light is known to destroy bacteria. Green light regulates melatonin production. Yellow light stimulates lymphocytes, and red light stimulates collagen production. So how does photobiomodulation work? Right, so you have different wavelengths reaching your body, activating different elements, and these elements are called chromophores. Right, so chromophores get stimulated by different wavelengths and have different physiological effects. For example, if you look at melatonin, it gets stimulated at a peak of 335, hemoglobin at 690 nanometers, oxyhemoglobin at 830. Then you have cytochrome C oxidase, and this chromophore gets stimulated at either 660 nanometers or 850 nanometers. Right, so here you have a very nice cartoon diagram indicating how different wavelengths activate chromophores. Right, in the left you have far red light activating a chromophore that releases calcium into your cell and causes calcium signaling. Then you have your red light in the area of 600 to 650 nanometers, and this red light mainly activates your mitochondria. So your mitochondria is extremely important in every cell of your body. They generate ATP, which is your energy molecule, right? So if you activate this mitochondria, your cells will have more energy to perform all the function you need to do. Right, so it releases ATP, it releases reactive oxygen species, and also a nitric oxide. All these elements I will go into more detail in further videos, but this is really amazing how light can do all these things. Alright, so then you have blue light. Blue light also gets absorbed by specific chromophores that have specific transduction signaling and relevant physiological reactions, and also green light to the far right of the picture. So it also gets absorbed by opsin channels, releasing specific pathways, signaling pathways, and have physiological reactions. So all these different lights activating different chromophores, having these physiological reactions is just amazing. It's just fascinating to see how we interact with light. Right, so now the question is, how can we selectively use specific wavelengths to induce therapeutic outcomes? Right, so let's look at a few applications that has been proven by clinical observations. Right, first we have weight loss, we have fat burning, cellulite reduction, metabolism improvement, and all that can be positively modulated by various light frequencies, including the 660 nanometers, the 830 and 850 nanometer wavelengths. And then we have the two application areas that relate mainly to skin and hair, that's also affected by the 660 and 830 nanometers. But interestingly, with hair growth, the 660 nanometers is more relevant and not the 830. And then we have pain relief and wound healing. And again, you have your 660 and 830 nanometers that comes forward. So now you see a kind of a trend that's very interesting. Now we can set up our instrumentation that can target these specific wavelengths and have our physiological outcomes. So with these applications, things are becoming more interesting. With muscle building and physical performance, you see the 660 and 850, including some other frequencies coming forward. However, with mental stamina and cognitive functioning, you see the 660 and the 810 rather than the 830. Also, the 1070 nanometers, which you also need to remember going forward as we will go into depth regarding this specific wavelength. And then next, so the rest of these applications follow suit. And I would like to point out that even the stem cell regeneration gets activated and holds promising benefits. And an interesting fact is that if you use multiple wavelengths, the longer wavelengths help the shorter wavelengths, penetrating deeper into the tissue. So I think you would agree with me that light is amazing. The potential benefits that it has therapeutically, we still have to investigate and discover. So if you're interested in listening to the in-depth explanations of how we can use this light to treat all the different diseases, you're welcome to look at my other videos listed